Hello and welcome to Effective Evolution. And today we're with MSL's Solstice 540. And when they design these panoramas, of course, they get the photos from the vehicle or rover and whatnot, and their cameras, and they get all of the photos and then they put them together to make a panorama. So whether you call them solstice, some number or letter, digit combination, whatever, and or PIA or whatnot, it's nice to know it refers to that particular panorama or scene or whatnot. And with this panorama MSL's 540, we'll go over it with the various transformation gadgets or whatnot and adjust the tones and whatnot. And also, you'll notice some very interesting items, such as what appears to be a pyramid, an area of seepage, which would indicate some type of water being or liquid being present on on the surface of Mars. And also, there is what appears to be a face figure as well. And Mars has been noted to have a face item before, so this would be nothing new, really. And also, you'll notice some items that seem to be satellite dishes, which would imply some sort of communication going on, or that was going on here um, on Mars, either in the future or even presently, or maybe they'll be back if they're not there right now and use these resources. And also, there's some areas that have structures that would indicate a civilization being present. So we'll get to that right now, and please enjoy. Into effective evolution, and today we're with MSL Solstice 540, and this is the panorama here. And there are some very intricate designs with this panorama, and there's not any likelihood that you'll miss these features right at the start. And they're all over the place. And we'll go over this and explore the pattern, shapes, designs, and the like. And these are the prominent areas that we'll be exploring. Just zoom in on the designs and the contours here, and hopefully you can usurp various structures here with the shadows, patterns, and the geometrical designs or whatnot, and designs in this area here as well, and on this plateau, more or less. Very interesting forms that ask the question, how were these created? And notice what seems to be a satellite dish on this section with a pointed antenna in the middle, and it resembles some of the satellites here on Earth. As well as the satellite dish that was seen on the moon. And other patterns here, some very amazing designs here with a face pattern here with the nose, mouth,
eyes, forehead, something on the head. I dare to say headwear or whatnot, and what seems to be a pyramid structure on this side. And we'll explore these areas a bit more. But the important thing is to bring these to your attention with this panorama, MSL's 540. This appears to be a very spherical and perfectly designed circular globe here. And of course, we must reason how these were designed and if it was in fact designed by a more advanced life form on Mars. Incorporating the shadow tool with this panorama, MSL's 540. This is the product. And of course, the shadow tool, or if you'd like to call it the burn tool or whatnot, brings out the darker areas of the panorama. And hopefully, you can make out some of the designs and patterns here. Just notice how these structures are on the edge of this object here, this rock-like object. And there appears to be various types of architectural designs or whatnot here. And could it be dwellings, a business sector or whatnot that was on Mars, or is there now and probably will be inhabited again in the future or whatnot? Familiar questions, of course. And designs readily to be made out here. And there's the satellite dish structure or whatnot. If it is a satellite dish, then that would definitely indicate the presence of a civilization here in this area of Mars. And just notice this area here. This seems to be some type of liquid seepage. Could it be water or some other kind of liquid or whatnot? And there are the familiar objects that we mentioned at the start. Just astonishing detail here. And of course, bear in mind that there's always confiscations and material that's been covered up, and tools such as this shadow tool or the burn tool help to reveal a bit more. Just notice these intricate patterns of design this area as well. Is next. Voila. And this is the panorama MSL's 540 with those designs with a lighter exposure to bring out more detail. And there's the circular object we noted as well, and what appears to be a satellite dish here, and objects with intricate designs. Here, this face and this pyramid, and this seepage area as well, and this unit here with structures of design on the top of it too. And is this another pyramid structure here? And this towering item here, some type of diamond shaped object here, and structures on the top. And of course, there are structures here once again, brought out with the dodge tool, bringing out the lighter areas. This appears to be a circular structure here as well, some type of building or unit with the round shape at the top of it, and more structures to be discerned in here, and quite astonishing, you must admit. Incorporating the infrared gadgets, we get this. And if we pay attention to the areas we went over, you can notice that there seems to be more intricate shadows and designs, and you can readily discern some amazing buildings and architectural designs that we noticed before, but with this infrared tool, which uses the red wavelength end of the spectrum, shorter wavelength, to gain these details, you could probably discern some more detail here. This appears to be a circular object here as well. And here is that satellite dish quote that we noticed earlier. Is this another type of satellite dish here? Or what exactly could that be for detecting some type of radar or some type of ultrasound device or whatnot? And there does seem to be more detail here as well. Just notice the geometry, shadows, designs in here, and designs here as well. That object we noticed earlier that seems to have seepage here. And the other items that we noted before as well. Very intricate structures here. We noted earlier on that there are some areas to be focused in on, and we paid some more attention to this area here. And another interesting area would be right in here. And this object it does seem to be very smooth with some type of hook on the end. And would this be some type of tail? And if we apply the probing gadgets a bit more, perhaps we can come up with some more detail. But as you can see, there appears to be some type of face structure, maybe with a pointed type of head with a nose and a body part, a reptilian part or whatnot, and some type of hook at the end here, which might be a tail. And notice how the other structures seem to have a bit more detail as well. This area that we noted earlier on seems to be some top of a circular spherical nature that's on top of this building structure. But if this is a living organism, that would be astonishing. And the other structures in the background seem to have some more vivid detail as well as we add the transformation devices to it. But this is a very notable structure here. If it is, if it's not a living organism and it is some other type of structure, could it be a building structure or whatnot? Or very noteworthy areas to consider. And this panorama MSL's Solstice 540 on Mars does continue to intrigue. And we noted earlier with the highlight topography that there is an area here that has some seepage on it. And this is MSL's Solstice 540, of course, with the fill light and clarity tool, which brings out some more light on the areas in addition. And you can readily determine the seepage area here. Seems to be liquid oozing from under this landform or whatnot. And if we zoom into this area, this is the selection that we get, and let's extrapolate a bit on this if we may. Yeah, there does seem to be some symmetrical liquid movement in this direction. And there seems to be some more detail over the areas we visited earlier as well. this area with the quote satellite dish and objects with circular patterns and designs that seem to rise up off of the surface and this area as well as the structure. Other intricate designs and patterns in here. And if we add some tints, maybe to look at it from another shadow depth or whatnot, we get this. There does seem to be that object we noted earlier as well, which is a circular design on the top of the structure. Intricate designs here. But there does appear to be some seepage of some sort of liquid from this area. And this is the pyramidal structure that we noted earlier on. And if we focus in on it a bit more, you can see it is a very uniform geometrical pattern indicating that it does have very organized structure involving advanced architectural technique or whatnot. And it's all at this area here beside the other object that looks like a face of some sort. And we noted earlier on that there's an area here that has some type of object with a face on it. Here is the head with the eyes, the nose, the mouth, facial area, and some pattern of design on the head. Very intricate designs here, located beside the pyramid structure near the other units of design we noticed earlier on. And if we zoom in a bit on it, you can see that those designs are still there. The symmetry between the eyes and the nasal cavity and the mouth area and the head. It's just immaculate. Immaculate designs here. Is that made by random activity with nature's work, or is it contrary to that and designed by a more advanced life form? And it's time to get a bit more particular, and we're going to focus in on this area here. And this is the area here. You can see there are some intricate designs on the top of this structure. And that would indicate some advanced planning or whatnot. And it definitely would indicate an extraterrestrial type of civilization being present on this panorama. MSL Solstice 540. And of course, what's there is there. I don't want to get too pixelated, but there are some very smooth geometrical patterns here. And we mentioned earlier on that there is an area that seems to have a satellite dish on this panorama, the MSL Solstice 540. And here it is here, the dish part here, and the pointed antenna or whatnot in the center. And there's the other object here, looks like the other type of dish or antenna or satellite dish or whatnot as well. And if we get a bit more particular, this is the product. Using some of the transformation tools, you can see it does have a definite geometrical pattern here. And if it is a satellite dish in this area, it would make sense if this is a developed area on Mars that could possibly have had a civilization there in the past, if not at the present, or one that will return there in the future, or whatnot. Just perfectly designed architecture here. Earlier that there is this area here that does seem to have some type of circular dish on the front. And if we just concentrate on this area here, hopefully we can find some more interesting phenomenon. Voila. And just focus in on the structures up here. a circular object on the front of this structure or whatnot, and there seems to be intricate shapes and patterns of design in here. A whole type of metropolis on this level here, on the side. If we use the transformation tools, hopefully we can access some more information here. But there are intricate designs here, and we must ask ourselves, how were these designs created? And it seems to be a whole area that's in unity with these designs on the top and adjacent to it, and very imaginative designs here. And if this is some type of satellite dish as well, in addition to the other satellite dish that we saw, or the object looks like another satellite dish on this side, then that would definitely be for communication purposes, and this definitely would be some type of civilization here. And the other satellite dish is in this direction here. It's specifically this area here. This is the other object, the other circular object. It looks like a satellite dish too, which there's the other object here. Just amazing landform architecture here. And the more you probe, the more you zoom in on, and the more you access, of course.
And wrapping things up then with this MSL's Solstice 540, after going over the scenario, you definitely notice the what appears to be the satellite dish and the other type of circular item that could be a satellite dish as well. Also, the face and what appears to be some pyramids or whatnot, and what appears to be structures indicating settlements of some sort on various levels. You must admit that these would imply the existence of a higher life form on Mars or whatnot. And it doesn't matter what editor you're using, of course, you can always adjust the various controls and probe into finding more detail. And please continue with your exploration. And until next time, thank you once again.